Thanks for coming. We've reached a point where there is no more back. Now is the time. Why? Because this just in, Ripple Papers have released a list of cryptocurrency wallets that work with Ripple. What does this really mean? In what way does this mean? Oh, what does this mean? Well, this is just a hint that they're about to go live with our L. The United States is ready to go live, especially since the Riot website has a page about crypto wallets and where to store your LEOC. Wallets for crypto. You can store, handle, and trade safe coins using crypto wallets. There is gear, software, and internet bureaucracy that lets you use private and public keys for security wallets. Okay, wallets that work with Ripple USD. A lot of bank services and virtual asset systems accept Ripple USD. Take custody. Ripple Custody is a complicated platform for managing digital assets that is made for businesses and institutions. It gives customers power over the Ripple USD, besides having a lot of different properties in one place. Now the disclaimer. Besides the Ripple wallet offering, all the other crypto wallets listed on this page are just for your information. Only Ripple doesn't support or recommend these wallets, and the company isn't responsible if you use them. It's not true that all wallets made by the same company are exactly the same. Now let's go, guys. This is where we can shop for our wallets, or should I say no longer purses, but we can save our money this way when we buy a few store and agency wallets at some point in the future. This part gives you a full list of retail and business wallets for your reference. As I speak, I'm talking about retail wallets. Okay, I know that many of you guys use these bags like I do to keep multiple copies of my higher PL cash on hand for different projects. Taurus's Pockets, I had never heard of this one before. Okay? A gem wallet. I've never heard of it before. I've heard very good things about a guy's journal. I know that a lot of people use Ledger guys, and that's how I feel too. When I buy Ripple or Loop before the crash or something, I'm probably going to save it on a Ledger or something. It's likely that I will shop it on Ledger, but this is in the back of the pockets in my Ethereum wallet that work well as Coinbase pockets. Now let's talk about Ripple custody wallets for companies, which they suggested for Firebox and Big Go Now Custodial VS, non-custodial wallets. People who grant you a custodial wallet, like your custodian, can control it. This makes it easy to give someone else control of your things. You can still use this way to get in even if you forget your password. But you have to be ready to accept the safety measures offered by the custodian. With a non-custodial wallet, on the other hand, you are in charge of the security. This could be very beautiful. It is, however, higher. Guys, I want that to be made into a carrier. I think Ripple has one for businesses, am I right? But for sale, they keep it for us. As I said before, though, it's really safe, guys, because if you lose something, you don't lose it because they have it. For example, if you lose your wallet, they have the ticket. In the same way, I think a wave might appear with one, maybe soon or eventually, hopefully someday. Now, most of the time, using software or the blockchain itself to create one of these wallets will give you more privacy and security, but you will also have to take on more responsibility. That's having trouble. A little bit right for most people. The reason for this is that lots of people lose things. Men, even though I think I lost one of my real Ledger Nano Men, I found it again. I'm not sure how I did it, but I did. If my seed word paper wasn't written on a piece of paper I turned in for literally proper. That day, guys, I started to freak out, but I was sure I had my seed phrase. That's why we hope that one day you'll have Ripple custody for retail proper for us. So we don't want to be worried and all that, guys. We should just put on XRP or something else, though. I know that some people say that higher blockchain technology cryptos were made so that you can have your own freedom. Everything is up to you guys right now. You can store it anywhere you want. You have something ready. But once more, most people will probably choose ETFs from BlackRock instead of buying Bitcoin on an exchange, just like they did with ETFs. Can you guys tell the difference? When you store your money in a wallet, like a Ledger, be careful because if you lose your secret key, you'll probably lose access to everything in the wallet. Now, when picking a crypto wallet to store your Ripple USC, it's important to think about what kind of places will work best for you. The important things to think about are summed up in the table below. For example, at a third birthday party, a custodial provider holds and handles the private keys for future ownership custodial wallets. I'd like to look like that one day, all right? Are there any men? There might be some, but I want Ripple to do it right. What are you thinking when you do that? I can only agree with Ripple men, and if something happens to that pocket or your property on that wallet, men, they get blamed, right? And they might give you a refund if something gets lost instead of saving your money on things like Bloodless Shop, Cold Garage Man if it gets lost. For non-custodial wallets, it's basically your fault now. For custodial wallets, the person has full control over their private keys protection and must grant direct access. One person is in charge of security, which usually includes safe storage and protection against hackers. For non-custodial wallets, the user is responsible for making sure that security is handled correctly. For example, you should never take a picture of your seed word instead. You should write it down somewhere safe, right? More than once on a few different pieces of paper. You guys can see how hard it is, guys. It will be impossible to get stores to use cryptocurrency if you have to buy a cold storage wallet on a USB or something and write your crypto on a piece of paper. It would also take 10 steps to just shop your crypto. Sorry, but adoption will never go up if that's going to be a role in the past at some point in the future. It's that easy. We already know the game plan. Users like custodial wallets or custodial products because they have easy to use interfaces and great customer service where you can recover your password. But non-custodial wallets need more technical know-how from users who need to know how to change and back up private keys because there aren't any built-in ways to restore them. If you lose your keys, you lose access to your price range. This is exactly what was going to happen to me a few months ago. God forbid I actually lost my unique tail. But if I had my personal keys, guys, it would have been all right. I'm telling you guys, you need to be very careful right now, especially since things are going crazy. Be very careful, but at some point I know that guys from a reliable source will come out with a store option for custodial wallet. When it comes to privacy, I think Ripple might have a little luck with custodial wallets. Custodial wallets give users much less private news, while non-custodial wallets give users more private news. But that doesn't really matter, men, because I bet Ripple knows about yours. For example, if Ripple comes out with one, they'll know you're spending in assets. Now the question is, what are they going to do with them? Nothing, just save it for you, but I'm sure I know a lot of people who want to be off the grid and do all kinds of bad things. In this case, obviously the best thing for you to do is to go with your own keys and do everything by yourself, but in the end, whatever happens, you are now responsible for this. And those are the walls where you can see us or our Ripple USC guys right now, so things are looking great. It seems like it will go through quickly. I guess I can now say that I have heard crypto experts say over and over again where XRP is being used and where it is going to be used. Well, that's because the symbolic use is buried under or between several layers. When I say that the average person will never see it, I really mean that not even some active people in crypto can see it. Yes, that's exactly what's going on below the hood, behind the curtain. The following picture shows a Ripple price direct use case with 3 Ripple nodes sending patron bank a little Forex like USD will be changed into XRP. And it's going straight to the other US men who will then change their Forex and it will be the customer themselves. It looks like a simple process. And it all happens very quickly like that, men. Not like.